Hi Honeybees! Today I'm going to be doing my current favorites. I did film my April favorites and sadly the lighting came off really harsh, so I'm refilming with my April favorites and also just some current favorites that I've been loving this month as well. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. I have a ton of makeup. I have one beauty other item that's not makeup, and I also want to talk about a show that I'm obsessed with. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into the makeup. I first want to start out with two foundation favorites that I have been absolutely obsessed with, and they're both from the drugstore. So I think you guys will really appreciate that. So the first is the L'Oreal Cushion Foundation. I did speak about this a while back, probably like a month or two back when it first came out, and I did a full review on it, and I just absolutely adore it, and I've fallen in love with it all over again in the month of April and continuing into May. First of all, I just love that it has that rose gold packaging. It's so pretty. And I do actually like the bouncy kind of sponge where it holds the foundation, and I do use my beauty blender to apply it. I've tried so many different methods like a brush and different kinds of brushes, but I actually really do enjoy my beauty blender still with this. I'm running out. I probably have about a week's worth left, so it doesn't last very long. It's probably the only downfall of this product, but it's absolutely gorgeous and luminous on the skin. This is my perfect shade match. It's in the shade N2. It just looks flawless on the skin. It's about a medium coverage in my opinion, and it does look very luminous without looking super greasy, oily. At least on me. I have normal combo skin. I do tend to get a bit oilier in my T-zone in the summer, but so far this has still been going strong for me. And the other foundation I just started using maybe 2 weeks ago, and I'm really loving it. It's the number 7 Airbrush Away Foundation. I am in the shade Cool Vanilla, which I believe is the lightest shade, so that's probably one of the only downfalls of this foundation is that if you're a lighter skin tone than me, you're not going to really have anything lighter than this, unfortunately. But this is what I have on my skin today. It is another perfect match for me. I heard someone say that they found this mattifying. I do not. I feel like it is more of a natural finish to the skin, like not luminous at all, but it just looks like your skin. So it is going to have a little bit of a glow to it still, not completely matte, but it has amazing coverage. And I would compare these to the Cover FX, the Custom Cover Drops. However, the Custom Cover Drops, you can't just use those on their own because they are so pigmented and they sometimes will settle into my pores and lines if I'm not careful. But this same kind of dropper effect. So you can see here, there's the foundation dropper. You do need to kind of shake it every time, and that distributes the product into the dropper as well as mixing the pigment so you get that best application. And it just goes on so smoothly and it gives a flawless coverage. I really feel like it is full coverage. So really enjoying this. It is 1 fluid ounce. Yeah, I've been getting good use out of it. Really enjoying how it looks and wears on me. Okay, next is something from IT Cosmetics, and I plan on doing a kind of like what's new in makeup and including some of the IT Cosmetics products I've been trying out recently, but this is definitely a favorite that I had to mention right away. It's the You Sculpted Universal Contouring Palette for face and body. I have not tried it on my body. I'm not really into contouring my body except maybe my clavicle bone sometimes, but this is just so beautiful. The powder is a very good quality, finely milled, easily blended powder, and that's so important with bronzer for me. I do have it on today. I don't know if this lighting is washing it out a little bit, but it just blends so effortlessly and it makes you look contoured without being too harshly overdone. I do use these two colors at the top here. I'm going to be having a tutorial posted, either it's already up or it'll be up this week I did use this in the tutorial, so you'll see how it applies and how it blends so beautifully. I do actually really love the Radiance highlight as well on the bottom here. I am wearing that on my cheekbones today. I haven't really used the matte highlight as much because it's pretty much my skin tone, so it's not going to really highlight for me. It's just going to be more of a, I guess you could give like a soft focus to my skin. So I will try it out for you guys, but so far I've just been using the two lighter bronzers and the Radiance highlight. Here are the two colors I use the most often from the IT palette. And then here is the two highlights. This is the more radiant, this is the more matte. Another product that I really have been liking, and I probably have only used this for, again, about 2 weeks. This is the Laura Geller Passport to Beauty Travel Palette for face, eyes, and cheeks. And I believe this was off of QVC, and I'll make sure to link it down below for you guys, but I have really been enjoying this palette. I forgot how much I love Laura Geller products. When I first started YouTube, and which was almost 4 years ago now, I was obsessed with the Laura Geller Baked Powder and their bronzer and their primer. I used so much of their product line, and for some reason it kind of phased out for me because I tried so many other new things. But this has made me fall back in love with it. First of all, it is really perfect for travel because it's really nice and lightweight. It is cardboard, so it's not going to break in your bag, and it is nice and slim. And what they also made sure to do is, you're probably not going to be able to tell, or maybe you can, everything is really set in to the packaging so that nothing is domed over where it could crack off and break in your bag. So that was pretty genius in my opinion. So it looks like there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 shadows. And they range from neutral to more jewel toned colors. Then there are 2 highlights. I end up using this one so much more, and I love it. It's the perfect gorgeous glow. And then there's this beautiful glowing magenta kind of pink blush that looks so pretty on the skin. So I'll make sure to do swatches for you guys on the side here so you can see all the beautiful colors. But the highlight in this palette is probably my most favorite out of anything. It is just such a beautiful natural glow to the skin. It's not glittery at all, and it just looks so perfect. I love the blush too. I love the shadows too, but only probably negative about the shadows is there's only really 2 matte shades, and they're more like a satin. The sandstone one here, and then this darker shade in the corner in mahogany. And I don't feel like with my brush it picks up a lot from the matte colors. The shimmering, more glowy colors are super beautiful going on wet or dry, and they are all baked. Every product in this is baked. It does come with this little double-sided brush. Again, one negative for me is that this side is like a little sponge tip applicator. No, why couldn't it have been a regular brush? I just don't use that at all. But I have used this to apply the highlight or the blush, this little angled side. So I think it's a really nice palette. The shadows swatched. I hope you can see that beautiful glow. This is the top row, bottom row. Here are the 2 highlights. Just gives a beautiful natural glow, and here is the blush. I wanted to quickly mention my Hourglass diffused powder, diffused light powder. This is one of their ambient powders. I've mentioned this so many countless times before, but I just wanted to give it a quick mention. I set my under eyes every day with this powder, but I started using a dry beauty blender, and it gives so much more coverage and luminosity applying it with the dry beauty blender instead of a brush. So I just wanted to mention that really quick because I've been loving the effect it's been giving. This would not be a favorites video without me mentioning the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced. And I have heard that they are planning on bringing out more, that it's not completely gone, so don't lose hope if you haven't been able to find it yet. And I also will be having a giveaway this month with this palette. So if you haven't been able to get your hands on it, don't despair. So I have just been absolutely obsessed with this little baby. First of all, the packaging, are you kidding me? So gorgeous. I love this gradient effect. I love that each little circle here is little peaches. Love that it's that metal and nice and slim. And then, oh, it just smells so good. Like yummy, sweet candy peaches, and the colors are just stunning. I have now done 2 looks with this palette, and I'll make sure to link them down below for you guys to check out. I did more of a peachy look, and then I did one with the more like a green smoky eye with this gorgeous shade right here. I have a full swatch video of this palette on my first tutorial, so if you are curious about swatches, if you haven't seen it 500 times already here on YouTube, make sure to check out that video. But I just wanted to quickly mention that I'm still absolutely obsessed with this and can't stop using it. Next, I want to mention 2 different lip products that I have been really in love with. First will be no shocker to you guys. I did a full review and lip swatch video of these new Tartelette glossy lip paints from Tarte, and these are my 3 favorite shades, neutrals. What else is new? I actually have one on my lips right now that I just started wearing a lot more, and it's more of like a mauvey nude in Double Tap, but my all-time favorite is still Goals, which has more of a peachy nude coloring to it, and then this one in Avi is also absolutely gorgeous. I'll swatch these really quick for you, but if you want more information on these, make sure to check out that video. I will link it down below. These have just the most beautiful formula. They feel amazing on the lips, like I'm not even wearing anything, but they're still so glossy and they're not sticky. The pigment is beautiful. They are just amazing and totally worth going out and checking out. They don't have any smell to them either, so if you're sensitive to scent or like taste in your lip products, you'll probably really appreciate these. So here is Double Tap, which I'm wearing right now, Avi, and Goals. So beautiful. Look at that glossiness too. I love these. I also was super lucky to find the new Katy Perry CoverGirl collaboration lipsticks. They're called Katy Cat Mattes. And I got 3 shades and I'm loving this formula. Oh my gosh, I love these. First of all, the packaging, I'll do a close-up here for you guys. Super cute. I love the white. It does get a little dirty, so you have to be careful with the packaging. I'm kind of really obsessive about keeping it clean because I love how beautiful and white it is. And I love on the bottom that with the name, it has little kitty cat ears above the name. It's so adorable. So I got the shades Coral Cat Kitty Purry, which is the name of her cat if you didn't know, which is so freaking cute, and Sphinx. And Sphinx is a nude. Kitty Purry is more of a purpley, nudish pink color. I don't know, plummy color. And Coral Cat is kind of more orangey than I thought it would be. It's beautiful, but it's, I don't know, I guess it is a coral, but it just comes off as a darker coral. So it's not my most worn, even though I do like it. I love Kitty Purry. It's more of a unique, cool toned, pinky, plummy, nudish color. I love it. And these don't have as strong of a scent as CoverGirl lipsticks usually do. I'm not usually a fan of CoverGirl lipstick for that reason. Usually if I get a drugstore lipstick, it's Maybelline or Revlon, sometimes L'Oreal, but L'Oreal also has a really harsh scent to their products. These have a very, very faint scent to them, but you really can't smell it when it's on your lips. So I definitely think if you still are able to get your hands on these, you should. So this is Sphinx, Kitty Purry, and Coral Cats. Okay, you can't really see my earrings. Let me kind of move my hair out of the way so you can see them a little better now. So these little inventions are freaking genius. These are called Lev Ears Earring Lifts. And they're little backs that you put on your studs or any earrings that lift it up so that it's flush with your ear. I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but I have an issue with my studs kind of pointing downwards instead of being flush with my ear like this. So these are amazing. I love them so much. I think I got them off of HSN again, or QVC. I'll link it down below for you guys. But I'm going to show you a close-up of this picture because literally the before is what would happen to me with heavy studs, and the after is what will happen when you have these. And it comes with a pack of a lot of them. Like when you get this little set, you get a silver backings and then a bunch of clear ones. And it works so amazing. I love these. I'm going to give you a close-up now. So here's the before. As you can see, it kind of droops down a little. And here is the after. Isn't that so great? And it really does look like this on my ear. I'm so amazed at how great these are. Let me show you what the little levers look like. So here's what the little levers look like. There is, like I said, a pair of silver in here and then a bunch of plastic ones. And there's like a little ring at the top of each of them, and that's gonna go at the top of your ear. And I think that's what kind of supports it and lifts it. They're so genius. And last but not least, I wanna talk to you guys about a show on Hulu. Hopefully you're able to access it somewhere else if you don't own Hulu. But it is called 11/22/63, a date, 11/22/63. Which, if you're a history buff, or if you're just know American history, that was the day of President Kennedy's assassination. And the whole story, it's kind of, when I say this, you guys are gonna be like, really, Melissa? Really? The story is based on a Stephen King novel. James Franco stars in it, as well as a few other big stars. I can't think of their names off the top of my head, but James Franco, hi, yes. When I heard his name, I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. So the premise of the show is James Franco, the main character, has a friend who owns a diner, and in the diner there is like a time warp where you can go to a date in the 1960s. I know that sounds crazy, but Give me a second. Give it a chance. Believe me, it's an amazing show. And his friend is passing away, and his friend for years has been trying to reverse the Kennedy assassination from happening. So he's been researching and trying all these things to make it not happen. He hasn't succeeded as of this time in the very beginning of the show. So he asked James Franco to take over in trying to not have the assassination of Kennedy happen. And his friend's idea is that with Kennedy, we would have had a better world. We wouldn't have had Vietnam. It just would have been a better place. And that premise really like made me think, because I was like, you know what? It probably could have been a better place. Kennedy was freaking awesome. And the assassination was such a horrible, horrible thing in our history in America. I was actually very, very interested in that when I was in school learning it in my history class. I kind of got a little obsessive about it and all the different theories that people had. You know, like the second shooter, the grassy knoll, all that kind of stuff. I got really into it when I was in high school. So this show was totally up my alley, plus it has James Franco, and plus it's set in 1960s, and everything just seems so great in the 1960s. Those of you that lived through the 1960s, I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you got to be in the 60s and the 70s, because that time period speaks to me, and I feel like I could have totally... I want to go through that time warp and be in the 1960s. When he was in like that time period and experience it and talking about how amazing the food tasted, it was just, he said it tasted so different and just real, you know, and that the people were just different and there were no cell phones, and I don't know, I just really wish that I could have experienced that, and it was really fun to experience that through the show. It is only an 8-episode mini-series, and I don't feel like there's going to be a second one because the finale really kind of wrapped everything up. Sadly, I literally cried my eyes out at the last episode, and you'll see why if you watch the show. I just can't say enough about it. I think I've talked about this for like a good 5 or 6 minutes, I don't know, but it's really, really good, and I want you guys to watch it. So if you have access to Hulu, you can watch it on there. If not, try to find it on the internet. That's what I did. So I watched it with Mama B, and we both loved it. Also, another current favorite of mine is country music. And I never thought those words would come out of my mouth, because as long as I've lived, I have never been super into country music unless it was like poppy country, like Shania Twain, Taylor Swift, you know, those aren't really super country to me. But I have been listening to just country music on the radio lately, and I'm obsessed. I love it. And I want to go to like Country Thunder and country concerts. I'm like, my mom is so shocked at my behavior with country music lately, but I'm really into it, and I think it's just so much fun and just something different. I'm kind of sick of the same old music on the radio stations that I listen to, like hip hop and pop and, you know, hits and stuff like that. I'm just kind of over it lately, so I've been super into country music. So if you guys have any suggestions, like good songs that you think I would love, let me know. Maybe if they're not even on the radio anymore, like they're not super played, but you think I would like it, please give me some suggestions down below. Yeah, I guess that's it for my current favorites. I know this was kind of long because I went a little rambly at the end here with my love of that show. But I'll make sure to list everything down below for you guys. I love you so much, and please subscribe if you're new, and like this video if you liked my favorites, and I will see you guys again real soon. Bye.